Welcome in, everyone. Thank you very much for joining me today. I really hope you guys are doing well, and I hope you enjoyed the Bosnia and Herzegovina versus Canada game as much as I did. So I'm just going to give my take and reaction to the game, what I liked, what I didn't like, and just my overall impressions from this first game for Bosnia. Just before we jump into that, I would like to mention that on my YouTube channel, I create content about money, sports, and personal topics with the goal of bringing value to other people's lives. So if you guys find value in this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel so that I can continue making these videos. Also, feel free to hit that like button and make some comments on your reaction to the Bosnia and Canada game. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, guys. So the moment that we have been waiting for months finally arrived today. We have been waiting for this moment for a very long time, and we finally had the Bosnia and Herzegovina versus Canada game, first World Cup game for Bosnia in the 2026 tournament. Big game versus Canada in Toronto, the host country. So huge, huge game. Probably the most important game of the group stage for Bosnia. And it was must watch TV for sure. So let's just go ahead and talk about the game. So, first half, really exciting for a Bosnia fan. Um, in the 21st minute, Bosnia gets a corner, and it was Ivan Basic swung a corner kick to the near post, and former Arsenal defender Sad Kolasinac, he flicked the ball a little bit, and it allowed Jovo Lukic to nod the ball into an empty net to give Bosnia a 1-0 lead. So, as a Bosnia fan, I mean, that was just euphoria at that time. The first 20 minutes, the two teams were filling each other out. Um, there wasn't too much action on each side, but the game really changed in that 21st minute. Bosnia goes up 1-0. Jovo Lukic with the header from the corner. And as a Bosnia fan, I was so excited and happy. But obviously, we had a lot more of the game to go. So after that, the game really changed. Canada really took control of over the game and had a lot of different opportunities in the second or in the remainder of the first half. And their ball possession was significantly higher than for Bosnia. But, Bosnia going up 1-0, it was reasonable to expect that they were going to play more defense and try to hold on to that lead. But maybe they played a little too defensive, in my opinion. We get to the second half. Canada consistently knocked on the door, but struggled with crossing accuracy. They nearly equalized via a chaotic sequence that appeared destined to be an own goal, only for Kolasinac to produce a miraculous goal line clearance off the crossbar to preserve the Bosnian lead. So that play was just crazy. It was, I don't know if it was a good play or a bad play because it could have easily been an own goal, but I think the ball was headed towards the goal anyway. So I think Kolasinac had to do something. So he's lucky that it hit the crossbar and didn't go in. So Bosnia got a big break in that situation, and they held on to the 1-0 lead in that moment. So after a series of changes around the 60th and 75th minutes, um, Canadians substituted Kyle Lauren into the game, and Lauren steadied himself at the top of the box and clipped a superb finish past Bosnian keeper Nikola Vasil, sending the home crowd into a frenzy. So that happened in the 78th minute. So I was definitely hoping that Bosnia was going to hold on to the lead. Only, 15 minutes or so left in the game. But the substitute Lauren came in. He was fresh and he got that goal for Canada, unfortunately. So, I mean, I don't know how to look at it. It was disappointing as a Bosnia fan that we got that goal, but Canada could have scored a few other times as well since they were so aggressive in this game and Bosnia was very defensive. So honestly, I wasn't really that surprised that Canada scored just because they had so many different opportunities, such high control over the ball. And again, Bosnia was very, very defensive after the first goal that they scored. So I was hoping that Bosnia would hold on to the lead, but I'm not surprised with how Canada was playing that they were able to score. So that score held up, and we have a 1-1 tie between Bosnia and Canada. Each team gets a point in this game. Each tie is a point, each win is 3 points, and a loss is 0 points. So I think that both teams are satisfied with this result. It could have been worse for either of the side. So just some team statistics. Let's see here. As far as possession, 60% for Canada, 40% for Bosnia. Shots, Canada 13, Bosnia 8. On target, Canada 3, Bosnia 4. Corner kicks, Canada had a lot more. They had 9 versus 4 for Bosnia. Passing accuracy, 78%. Canada, 67% Bosnia. Clearances, 46 Canada, Bosnia 73. Fouls committed, Canada 10, Bosnia 20. Yellow cards, 2 for Canada and 3 for Bosnia. So a really, really good first game to watch for Bosnia and Herzegovina. I wish we held on to that lead and got those 3 points. That would have been huge for us, but we'll take the tie and we'll see what happens going forward. All right, guys. So next, let's take a look at the starting lineup for Bosnia in this game and see what it looked like. So goalie was, of course, Nikola Vasil, but he did kind of get injured in this game where he ran into one of the Canadian players. So I was kind of wondering if one of the other substitute goalkeepers was going to come in, but he was fine. So he started the game and Vasil finished the game. On the defensive end, we had Sead Kolasinac, Tarik Muharemovic, Nikola Katic, and Amar Dedic. In the midfield, we had Memic, Tahirovic, Basic, and Baraktarevic. And the two strikers were Ermedin Demirovic, and the goal scorer Jovo Lukic. So definitely an interesting lineup for Bosnia. Um, what I really liked in this game was Bosnia's defense. I think that we have a strong defense. I know we allowed a goal, and Canada had a lot of opportunities in this game, but Kolasinac, he's really strong. Um, his tackles are really good, so he's a really, really good defender. Tarik Muharemovic, he's pretty tall. Um, he wins a lot of the headers that come his way, so he's a really good defender. Nikola Katic, the same as Muharemovic, tall and strong defender. So I really like Muharemovic and Katic in the defense. And Amar Dedic on the right side, he's a good defender as well. Plus, he gives you some upside on the offense as well, since he does like to attack a little bit as well. So I think the goalie Vasil had a pretty good game. I was worried that on that tackle again with the Canadian that he got injured. I was also worried that it could be a penalty. So, but I think Vasil had a pretty good game. Bosnia's defense again, Kolasinac, Muharemovic, Katic, Dedic, really, really good defense. I think we have one of the better defensive squads in our group and maybe in this tournament. So very big on Kolasinac, Muharemovic, Katic. In the middle, Tahirovic and Basic had good games. Basic was taking the corner kicks, and he's the one that had the corner kick where Jovo Lukic scored. So the Bosnia's midfield played pretty well as well. Memic on the left side, Bajraktarevic on the right side. It would have been nice to see a little more offensive action and opportunities for Memic and Bajraktarevic. Um, they didn't have too many opportunities on the goal, but again, Bosnia was very defensive in this game, so they didn't get those opportunities. But it would have just been nice to see Memic and Bajraktarevic on those wings, on the left wing and right wing, crossing the ball in, shooting on the goal. So, and then on the strikers, Ermedin Demirovic, he had a really good opportunity to score. Um, I think he ended up getting the ball and he was by himself, and I thought he was going to score, but the second touch that he had wasn't really good. So he kind of got away from the ball a little bit. So I thought he had a really good chance to score. And I think Jovo Lukic obviously had a really good game. He scored the goal for Bosnia. He's a really big and tall player, um, kind of a little similar to Edin Dzeko. I don't think he's as tall and as big as Dzeko, but he's definitely got the size, the height, the strength, and he's a lot to deal with for opposing teams. So this was definitely an interesting starting lineup for Bosnia. Edin Dzeko didn't play in this game. I think the coach Barbares was happy with the 1-0 lead, and he was trying to see if he can get the win without putting Dzeko in. Plus, Bosnia was playing very defensive again, so Dzeko probably wouldn't have had a lot of offensive opportunities, and I don't know how much they want him playing defense as well. So I understand why Dzeko didn't play in this game, and also with his injury. I think they were just they're trying to be wise and hold them for the other remaining games. Um, so interesting lineup for Bosnia. Later on, the players that came on, I know one was Šunjić and Gigovic and Kerim Alajbegovic. So those are the three guys that came in this game. And they didn't really, again, have a lot of opportunities because Bosnia was so defensive, but they also got some minutes in this game. So very, very interesting lineup for Bosnia. I think the guys played pretty well. I think the defense is really good. Um, that's who impressed me. I think the wingers, Memic, Barektarovic, the midfield, Tahirovic, Basic, maybe could have been a little better. The strikers, Demirovic had that opportunity that he missed. Lukic, the goal scorer, can't complain there. So we'll see who Bosnia has in the next game. We have a lot of good players, a lot of good reserves. So can't wait to see. So we got one game down and two more games to go for Bosnia in the group stage. So there's only a total of three games that each of the teams in the groups play. So game one is in the books. Bosnia and Herzegovina versus Canada, 1-1. Bosnia gets 1 point. So it could have been better. We could have gotten the win, gotten 3 points. It could have been worse. We could have lost, had 0 points. So I think this is a solid start. We'll take it. And let's now look forward to the next two games and talk about them. So today's June 12th, Friday. So Bosnia's next game is versus Switzerland on June 18th on Thursday. Looks like it's in Los Angeles. So, man, that's going to be an amazing game. That's in SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles. It's one of the biggest, most amazing stadiums in the world. So, can't wait to watch Bosnia play in that stadium in Los Angeles. Um, there is a Bosnian community in Los Angeles in Southern California. So we'll see if they show out like they showed out in Toronto. And this is going to be obviously a huge game for Bosnia. I mean, all of these games are huge, again, just because there's only three of them in the group stage. So each game is just super magnified. So, talking about the game itself, Switzerland is probably the best team in this group. They are the favorite. They have a lot of good players. So this is going to be a tough game for Bosnia, and probably it is the toughest team that they're going to play in the group. So my thoughts on the game, honestly, I think a tie would be a success for Bosnia and Herzegovina in this game. Again, Switzerland is favorite, so I think it's reasonable to expect that they're going to win this game. But if Bosnia can get a tie, I think that would be a successful game for Bosnia. With that, Bosnia would have 2 points, the tie with Canada, the tie with Switzerland, assuming that happens. And then we would be going into game three versus Qatar on June 24th, Wednesday in Seattle. And that would be a must win for Bosnia to get the top two spots in the group, which automatically qualify for the knockout stage. Bosnia could still make the knockout stage as a third place team, but we just don't want to give that a chance. We want to be the top two spots and automatically qualify for the knockout phase. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, I would love for Bosnia to beat Switzerland. That would like get us in the knockout stage. I think a tie would be very, very good, successful. We would have 2 points. And again, we would be going into game three versus Qatar, looking to get a win there and get the top two spots in the group. So amazing, amazing games. The World Cup is here. Amazing game today. Amazing 2 games ahead of us. This is what we live for as soccer fans, for the World Cup, when your country is in it, especially our country, who has been through a lot and who's only around 30 years old. And it's our second time in the World Cup. So can't wait for the Switzerland game on Thursday. I think Dzeko is going to be in the game. I think Bosnia has a chance. Switzerland is not that good. They're not like a world power like Argentina, Brazil, France, Germany. Like we can hang with them. And then Qatar, we got to get that win at the end. So let's go, Bosnia. All right, guys, that's all I wanted to share in this video. Just wanted to give my take and reaction to Bosnia's first game in the 2026 World Cup. I really hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the game. And I hope you got some value out of this content. If you did, again, subscribe to my YouTube channel so that I can continue making these videos. Hit that like button and make some comments on your reaction to the Bosnia Canada game and what you expect versus Switzerland and versus Qatar. So, thank you guys for watching. Let's go, Bosnia, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.